10 seconds, 5 seconds. Dear fellow citizens, I offer you my greetings on the eve of our 23rd Independence Day. This is a happy and emotional day for all children of Mother India, whether living at home or abroad. We remember with gratitude the countless freedom fighters and revolutionaries who struggled, strived, and made heroic sacrifices to win us our freedom from colonial rule. We complete 72 years as a free nation at a very special juncture. In a few weeks from now, on October 2nd, we will celebrate the 150th birth anniversary of the father of our nation, Mahatma Gandhi, the guiding light of our successful effort to liberate our nation and of our continuing effort to reform our society of all iniquities. Contemporary India is very different from the India in which Mahatma Gandhi lived and worked. Even so, Gandhiji remains extremely relevant in his advocacy of sustainability, ecological sensitivity, and living in harmony with nature. He anticipated pressing challenges of our times. When we design and deliver welfare programs for our disadvantaged fellow citizens and families, when we seek to harness the power of the sun as renewable energy, we put Gandhian philosophy into action. This year also marks the 550th birth anniversary of one of the greatest, wisest, and most influential Indians of all time, Guru Nanak Dev Ji. He was the founder of Sikhism, but the reverence and respect he commands go far beyond just our Sikh brothers and sisters. They extend to millions of others in India and across the world. My best wishes to them on this pious occasion. Fellow citizens, the illustrious generation that led us to freedom did not perceive independence only in terms of transfer of political power. They considered it a stepping stone in a longer and larger process of nation building and national building. Their objective was to improve the life of each individual, each family, and of society as a whole. In this backdrop, I am confident that the recent changes made in Jammu Kashmir and Ladakh would be of immense benefit to those regions. They will enable the people to access and enjoy the same rights, same privileges, and same facilities as their fellow citizens in the rest of the country. These include progressive egalitarian laws and provisions related to the right to education, accessing public information through the right to information, reservations in education and employment, and other facilities for traditionally deprived communities, and justice for our daughters by abolishing unequal practices such as instant triple talaq. Earlier this summer, the people of India participated in the 17th general election, the largest democratic exercise in human history. For this, I must congratulate our voters. They turned up at polling stations in large numbers and with much enthusiasm. They gave expression to their electoral right as well as their electoral responsibility. Every election marks a new beginning. Every election is the renewal of India's collective hope and optimism, a hope and optimism that can be compared, I would say, to what we experienced on August 15, 1947. Now it is for all of us, everybody in India, to work together and take our cherished nation to new heights. In this regard, I am happy to note that the recently concluded session of Parliament saw lengthy and productive sittings of both the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. Many important bills were passed in a spirit of cross-party cooperation and constructive debate. I am confident that is only an indicator of what the coming 5 years have in store. I am also urged that this culture preludes all our legislative assemblies. Why is this important? It is important not merely because the elected must be equal to the trust placed in them by their electors. It is also important because nation building, a continuous process of which independence was a key milestone, requires every institution and every stakeholder to work in tandem, to work in harmony, and to work in togetherness. Nation building at the end of the day is about creating that optimal partnership between voters and their representatives, between citizens and their government, and between civil society and state. The state and the government have an important role here as a facilitator and an enabler. As such, it is critically for our key institutions and the policy makers to study and appreciate the message being sent by citizens and to be responsive to the thoughts and wishes of our people. As the President of India, it is my privilege to travel all over our country, to our diverse states and regions, and meet fellow Indians from all walks of life. Indians can be very different in their tastes and habits, but Indians share the same dreams. Before 1947, the dreams were for a free India. Today, the dreams are for accelerated development, for effective and transparent governance, and yet for a smaller footprint of government in our everyday lives. Fulfilling these dreams is essential. Any reading of the mandate of the people would make their aspirations clear, and while the government inevitably has its part to play, I would argue that the greater opportunity and ability lies in the skill, talent, innovation, creativity, and entrepreneurship of 1.3 billion Indians. These attributes are not new. They have kept India going and have nurtured our civilization for thousands of years. There have been times in our long history when our people encountered hardships and challenges. Even on such occasions, our society proved to be resilient. Common families showed uncommon courage, and so many determined individuals found the strength to survive and to thrive. Today, given a facilitative and enabling environment by the government, we can only imagine what our people can achieve. The government can build financial infrastructure in the form of a transparent, inclusive banking system, an online friendly tax system, and easier access to capital for legitimate entrepreneurs. The government can build physical infrastructure in the form of housing for the poorest of the poor and availability of energy, toilets and water in every home.